Hello everybody, back from Preparingpeg for some more stuff, and today I've hung my phone by a Wii remote strap from this hook. So this comes off, right? And it goes this way to protect you from the sun. So I'm hanging the Wii remote strap up there so that I can show you some things. Okay? Here's what's exciting, Penguins. I've done a little shopping today. And I went to this awesome little store that sells equipment for restaurants. I purchased a ladle for $4.29. This one is, I found ladles that were a better deal than this at Chef's Toys, okay? But I like this one. It's the size I want. So, not a problem that we fumbled that one. Also, it was only by $1. In here, I've got two of these. Okay, this is a good size. I've got two of them. Let me find the receipt so that I can brag. Each one of those was $1.49. So I got $1.49 for each. The ladle was $4.29. And here's the real juicer, okay? I got myself some mixing bowl. Oh, the light. Look, I'll put it. I'm well lit. I got a 3-quart bowl. Really hard to show you what size this actually is. I'm sorry about that, but you're gonna have to trust me. This is a relatively small mixing bowl. Well, it's a medium one. This is a medium one. This one was $4.49. And then I got two big ones. These are the size that you would want for your cake ingredients. You know what I'm saying? I got two of them because whenever I made a cake, I was always like, man, I wish we had two big ones, but we don't. And you don't need two big ones, but $4.99. Now, Penguins, come on. I bought all that, and my total was $23.86. That's American dollars for you Canadian freaks up in Canada. Sorry. So I spent $23.86, which is, oh, sorry, I knocked the charger cord. Why do I have it plugged in? Whatever. But the point is, I went and did all that, and then I went to Chef's Toys because I was like, well, first of all, I'm already here, and there was a Chef's Toys 10 minutes away. And second of all, it's hot, man. Hold on. Turn on the AC. I hope it doesn't blow you away. First of all, I'm already here, and second of all, I was gonna look for a kettle to get my grandmother because her kettle is broken somehow. I don't remember what's wrong with it, but there's something wrong with it. So I also have been really passively looking on Facebook Marketplace at Le Creuset kettles, and if there's one that's $30, then I'll go I'll snatch it up, and I'll try to clean it with Barkeeper Friend. Right now, the reason I'm so obsessed with all this stuff, Penguins, is that I'm moving in with Cammie, so I'm trying to do the best I can to get all the stuff we should get so that we can be done, so that we actually have all the stuff that we need. So yeah, that's what's up. I hope you enjoy the PEGCAST. I have to drive home from Chef's Toys. Here, I'll spin you around. I'm at Chef's Toys. So, we gotta drive home. I hope you'll join me. Hello, everybody. We're gonna do some more stuff, and today, I guess I already did that. I guess I don't need to do it a second time, but we're driving home from Bargain Fair. Well, really, we're driving home from Chef's Toys, but I was at Bargain Fair. Bargain Fair, let me tell you, Penguins, they don't have everything. They only have what they have, you know? But they have a lot of stuff. And what they have is at a good freaking price. That's what I'll tell you, Penguins. That's what I'll tell you. I think they said that they were closing soon. They said that there's, like, not a date. There's, like, not an exact date yet, but it's just, like, kind of soon. I think that's what they were saying anyways. Do I have my GPS set to take me home? I do. Well, you know what? I can't get out of this parking spot until there's a red light. So, I guess we're just chilling. I guess we're just hanging out. I guess we're just chilling together. Alrighty. So, Penguins, I moved a bunch. I didn't turn off my parking brake. God dang it. If I didn't have my parking brake on, I would have made it. Now I can't make it. Ugh. Let's go. Time to drive. Sorry, I was trying to let these people cross, but I didn't realize that on the other side of the road, they can't go. Like, there are cars on the other side of the road. I was being a silly head. But, yeah, what am I talking about? I moved a bunch of stuff into the apartment with Cammie and Kenzie, and Jamie came. So we took all the furniture that was from Dusty's dad, and we were storing it at my dad and grandparents' place, right? Oh, goodness gracious. We took all that stuff and brought it home to Redlands. And that was great. It was really fun. We got a lot done. And it was really cool. And the next day, we went to IKEA. And Kenzie had never been. I've only been once. And none of us had ever eaten there. So we got the vegan meatball, Cammie and I did, with pastas, and Kenzie got something else. She got something fish, and all of us left feeling like it was a good deal. Like, we got our money's worth, although the food was not the best. My dad, he showed up a little bit later. It was Cammie, Kenzie, and I at this point. Jamie was not there on the IKEA day. My dad showed up and he got a hot dog, and he said that it was, like, pretty good. You know, it was, like, fine. It was worth the price. So, basically the same deal. And, that was nice. Somebody is big honkin'. I would love to turn right on red right now, but there are some cars, so I can't. Yay, now it is my turn to turn right on red. Yeah, so, what am I talking about? Just really quick, before I get back to the IKEA part of the story, I want to tell you guys that I got obscenely lucky parking today. So, it's very easy to park outside of Chef's Toys. That's a very easy place to park. But it was not easy at all to park at Bargain Fair. Bargain Fair was terrible parking. There's like a little bit of street parking. There's a garage that's kind of like right around the corner that just seems like it's got to be so expensive, although I did not check. And I got to get on the highway. There's a Waymo coming. But yeah, there's like a garage, there's some street parking, and then there's a bunch of parking like behind the building, but all that parking is, oh my gosh, this is the spitting image of Los Angeles traffic. It is so unbelievably congested. This is evil. I'm driving at an evil place. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I'm strapping in for the long haul. Can this person slow down? I'm trying to merge in. I know they know because we're both merging in, but they're not slowing down, so I can't, like, you know, I'm good. Made it. Whatever. So, yeah, the parking, like, terrible. But I pull around back, I find that there's no parking for the place. And I'm like, man, this sucks. It's all specific parking for all these, like, places that are here. I guess I'll just try to loop around and, like, find some street parking. And I happened to get an open meter literally right in front of the place. Like it's unfathomable, the parking spot I got. And I get out to look at what it takes because I found some quarters. Right? And I found some quarters in my like coin purse. I thought I was out, but I actually had 5, I guess. I went to look what the meter wanted from me, and it said that it had 25 minutes on it. So I didn't even end up paying. It was awesome. It was like as good as it possibly could be, you know? Like everything went well. So that was pretty tight. I bought all that stuff that I showed you at the beginning of the episode. And yeah, we moved in. We moved in is the separate thing. So I'm done with talking about the story of today, except for that I'm yawning a bunch because I haven't eaten, and it's 4:00, I guess. That doesn't make sense. I had a small lunch, is why. And it's 4:16. So I'm getting to the point of the day where I'm gonna, like, yawn, you know? So, we went to IKEA. It was super fun. We ended up buying this little cute, like, it's small, but it's one of those, like, kid rugs, you know, that have, like, a little city on them. It's, like, so cute. But yeah, we did that. And then, we took all the stuff we got from IKEA, which included a bed and a drying rack. We got a bed, a drying rack, you know, the bed frame and etc. What did we get? We got a scrubby brush. We got a cutting board. We got a bamboo steamer. We got a bath mat. We got... I know that's not it. I know there's more. We got some gloves for cleaning. We got like a lint roller thing. We got some guest sandals, like some guest shoes, Because we want to be like an indoor shoes, outdoor shoes kind of home. So we got some guest slippers, which I thought was really fun. Yeah, that might be it. I don't think it is, but it's all I can remember right now. But we got all those things, and then we brought them in the U-Haul down to Redlands, and we left. Did we eat? I feel like we didn't. When did we? Yeah, okay. So that was the IKEA day, right? The day before, when we brought all the furniture down, we stayed there for dinner, and we got chicken sandwiches. Well, I got a chicken sandwich, and my dad got a chicken sandwich. I think everyone else got a burger, and it was from a place called Hate Burger, okay? I got the spicy chicken sandwich, and I'm imagining that this is going to be a normal spicy chicken sandwich. This spicy chicken sandwich is so spicy that a tear rolls down my cheek. Like, I'm crying eating this sandwich. It's too hot. I have to get over. I'm going so slow that, and I'm on here for another 8 miles. I feel like I should not be in this lane. Thank you so much, you friendly guy, for letting me in. Okay. Oh my god, that person's trunk is wide open. That person's trunk is wide open. Can I get behind this car to my left? I think I can. I think if I just slow down, and then I can pull in front of them. Or pull in front of the truck behind them. And then it should be okay in this lane. Except for that there's the guy with the trunk that's open. So maybe... Oh my gosh, is this the beautiful opportunity to get over? I'm being afforded the beautiful opportunity right now. Except for this Volkswagen. This Volkswagen is stop and starting. But we're good! Okay, so we went to this place. I eat the spiciest chicken sandwich of my life. My dad is so proud of me. Because I was a really picky eater as a kid. Like, extremely picky. So, you know, it's like brutal how picky I was. But, especially when you consider that I'm vegan. But now, I have expanded my horizons a lot. And my pickiness, we kind of blame on my mom. Because she doesn't eat anything interesting. Ever. So, you know. So... We ate these sandwiches, and my dad was like, wow, you got less things off than me, because I left on the coleslaw and the pickles. And the reason for this is I watched a food theory video, the, food version of game theory. This was, right after Matt Pat left, I think. Maybe it was the first episode that was fully the guy that replaced him. I don't remember his name, nor do I watch food theory actively. But it was like, what's the best hot chicken sandwich? And I was like, okay, new guy, why don't I just see what the situation is? I watched the new guy for a lot of the, I'm actually not sure if I watched the new guy on all 4 channels. But that was the idea, is I would check out the new guy, you know? And, I got the spicy chicken sandwich, and I found on this video forever ago that when you get a spicy chicken sandwich, the pickles are needed because the brine of the pickle cuts the spiciness. And I was like, okay, so I can't get rid of the pickle lest I, mess up the sandwich, That's really what I'm saying. So, I'm compromising the integrity of the sandwich if I'm taking out the pickles. And I figured the coleslaw would kind of do the same thing. So I left both on, and my dad was like, what the heck, I got the coleslaw off, that's crazy. So he thought I was a champion, especially when he saw that, like, a tear rolled down my cheek because it was too spicy. He was like, you know, you can just take it apart and then wipe some of the sauce off. And I was like, no. And I ate it, and it was delicious. It was the yummiest sandwich, I think, or the yummiest, like, burger, you know, that I think I've ever had. It's not, listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yummiest sandwich, we already know that there are some absolutely divine sandwich places of legend, where they make you a yummy sandwich, okay? Maciel's is one of them. The other one, I don't remember what it's called, but it's on the East Coast, and it's delectable. God, I wish I was eating that sandwich right now. Oh, why did I do this? I'm hungry. Why did I do this? Why did I talk about that sandwich again? There's going to be another freaking 2 fabled sandwiches. Whatever. New topic. We finished the sandwiches. We left. We went home. Penguins. I've got to tell you something right now. I'm a big fan of the game Dokojong. I'm a big fan. It's an Oink Games game, okay? Where you have a dog, right? Basically the like story, the background story of the game is that the king, you're like members of the cabinet basically, and you want the king to like you. And the best way to do this is to like make his dog like you. And the best way to do that is to spend time with the dog. So you're hiding away the dog in your quarters, and you and every other member of the cabinet has a different one of the king's dogs. So you have to hide your dog from everyone else while uncovering that the other members are hiding a dog, right? Because if you uncover them, then they can't keep the dog, and then the king won't like them because they've stolen them. But if you keep the dog a secret, then it's okay. So basically you have like 5 little tiles, and then you play like a little game where everybody like chooses which of the 5, because it's 5 doors technically, but they're little like cute tiles. You pick which of the 5 you want to flip over, and you can like bluff, and you can, you know, raise the stakes. It's like a super good game, and it's tiny. It's like a small form factor. It's all tiles and cardboard. Like, there are no cards. There are cardboard chips to keep track of, like, score, to keep track of points, basically. Because you can make 3 mess-ups, and you can, if you get 2 victory points, you win. If you get 3 mess-ups, you lose. So, there are no cards. It's all, like, the 5 tiles and then a bunch of cardboard things. It's so cute and it's so fun. I'm, like, in love with this game. Of all the games that I got in Japan, no, that's not true. I was gonna say it's the one that I recommend the most, but it's simply not true. The one I recommend the most is Nana. Nana is like, I mean, it's the only fun memory game I've ever played. You know? Because, like, memory games are fun, but they're kind of snowbally. And if they're not snowbally, then it just feels bad, right? Like, here's what I'm trying to say. Memory games always feel bad because, like, I'm talking about, like, just a grid, and it's like, who can do the memory the best? Because there are 2 ways you can do it. Either, 1, when someone creates a match, they go again. Or 2, whenever someone creates a match, that's the end of their turn. In these circumstances, let's say 2 players know where 3 matches are, right? If you operate under the first system, the first player will get all 3 matches, and the second person just has to sit there and watch, even though they know where they all are. And that's just annoying. That's just, like, frustrating. If the same thing happens, but it's like the same situation, but under the second set of rules, then the first person, like, gets a match, but there's nothing they can do when they just watch the next person get the next match, you know? And they're like, okay, like, we both knew where that was. Like, this just is stupid. And it just kind of, like, is it bad? No, not necessarily. But is it frustrating? Yes. It is, like, kind of annoying. And there's not a whole lot of depth of strategy, especially when you consider that, like, on a normal grid with no changes, it's not very difficult to remember where all the matches are. There are moments, right, where you're like, oh, shoot, I know someone turned that over, like, 6 turns ago. Where is that? Like, that moment is fun. That exact moment is fun. But the rest of it is, like, not really the best. It's a whatever game, you know? It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's a bad game, but it certainly is a whatever game. So, Nana, which there's an English version of it. There's an English version of it. I think it's called Trio. Trio. Is super fun because it's like a memory game, but it has an added layer of, like, you have to remember what cards your opponents have, and you kind of play like Go Fish a little bit, where you're like, do you have this card? And then they're like, go fish. But instead of actually revealing what card you want, you can say to the person, what is your highest card or what is your lowest card? So eventually you kind of understand what the highest and lowest cards of everyone are. And, like, based on that information, you can use that as different things that you remember. But as soon as there's a set of 3, those cards are gone from the game, right? They're missing. And something cool is that when you know someone has a highest card, right? Like, if they have a 12 as their highest card, that's very high. If they have a 6 as their highest card, that's extremely low. So the odds of someone with a 6 as their highest card having like 2 6s or having a 5 as their next highest card are a lot higher, right? Like, because their highest card is 6, you know that you can rule out 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 as potential cards that they have in their hand. So even after their 6s are gone, because someone has made a set of 3, you still have a good amount of information about what other cards they might have and what you have to watch out for. So you might not want to reveal a certain card that you have, right? You might not want to reveal your 4 if the other person's highest card was just 6. As where if it was 12, you probably won't care about that restriction, you know? So that's just something that I think is really interesting, but it adds a layer of complexity to memory games that I think is very, very, very much warranted. And it makes it super fun. I love that game. I do like the Japanese version the best because it's cute. It has animals. So we would say, like, they would reveal their they would reveal their top card, and we would be like, ooh, 5 sheeps. And then we would reveal another card and we'd be like, 5 sheeps. And then it would be like someone else's highest card and it'd be like, 5 sheeps. You got the 5 sheeps. No, you know, like, it's super fun. I had a great time. The theme is great. It's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. So I think that's the game I recommend most from my Japan trip, because it's very easy to get into, but if you, like, pay attention, there's a lot of fun to be had in the gameplay, and there's a little bit of strategy, and the theme is the cutest, you know? I think Scout is another really strong game. It's a $20 card game. It comes in a small box. Where you play, like, sets of cards. It can be like cards that count up, cards that count down, or cards that match, but they have to be next to each other in your hand and you can't move them around. So, like, you can play certain cards in the middle to, like, get them out of the way to create a really strong, like, set, you know? It's very fun, but the theming is just not as cute, so I wouldn't recommend it over Nana. I would recommend Nana over Scout. And then I personally love Dokujong so much. I think it's like a kind of niche pick. And maybe Nana is niche, right? Like, I think that what I'm trying to say here right now is that Nana is niche by the virtue of it being like a small Japanese board game or card game. But like, if you look up anything about board game and Japan, everyone's like, where is Nana? I want Nana. You know? Like, that's the game. So I think Dokujong is like one layer deeper. It's one layer deeper. And I like that. I think it's nice. Wait, that's not what I'm trying to say. Sorry. I was focused on driving. What I'm trying to say is Dokujong is one layer deeper. It's a little bit niche, even as far as like card games that you would buy if you went to Japan go. You know, like it's niche for that as well. It's not super niche, obviously, because I knew about it and I'm not super in the hobby. It's an Oink Games game, and Oink games are very big, but if you talk about Oink games, you're going to hear about other games first. You're going to hear about Scout. You're going to hear about Deep Sea Adventures, I think it's called. You're going to hear about A Fake Artist Goes to New York. Those are the ones you're going to hear about first. So Dokujong is like the next layer of Oink games. So it really isn't niche, but it's one layer deeper than is something like Nana or Scout. Of course, you don't have to go to Japan to buy Scout. You probably don't have to go to Japan to buy Dokujong either. But yeah, it's wonderful. And then, depending on the person, I would recommend different stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Nana is a completely safe bet. Literally, I don't think there's a person that would not like it. But, for people that I know are like kind of like games, you know? Like, I know that they have played board games, like they enjoy to play them. And they would like think this is cute. It's like a very Japanese feeling board game called In Front of the Elevators, or In Front of the Elevator, I don't know. So cute, super fun. I just played it with Cammy and Kenzie. It was wonderful. So maybe I would recommend that to some people. But, you know, really, like, you just gotta get Nana. It's such a good board game. It's so fun. And I like Dokujong. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to everybody, because I don't know. I'm not sure everyone would play it. You know? Nana is very easy. It's very light. It's, like, easy to remember how to set up. Dokujong is, like, a little more... It's, like, the setup takes a little bit longer. It's not just, like, an easy memory card game that you can play, like, 4 of back-to-back-to-back real quick. You know? So... For that reason, I think I'm a big Nana head. I think Nana is wonderful. That being said, I think Dokujong is the game that I am, like, the most happy to own. Because I love the little tiles, man. I love the little tiles. I love a board game with tiles instead of cards. There's something so fun about putting a tile down. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do you follow this? Do you understand? Well, what else have I not mentioned? So, On August 1st, Cammie's birthday, we went to go pick up our keys. And we had a birthday dinner. It was Cammie's whole family, basically, like her two sisters, her mom and her dad. And it was myself, Kenzie, and my mom. And we were in Redlands, so we went to this little Chinese place that is owned by a family that's in Redlands. And they have like a vegan part of their menu, which was really cool. But we went and like, this is some of the yummiest food I've eaten. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so good. I want to eat there right now. It was so insane. And I found out that it was a family-owned restaurant when, like, we had ordered too little food. And it was good. It was well priced. We had how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 people, and we spent under $100 for dinner, which is pretty awesome, right? How much is that per person? 425, 8 is 12.5. Is that right? Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I did that while driving. Well, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I got it wrong. But it's $12.5 a person, which is like good when you get that high quality food. Like, it was delicious. But I found out it was a family restaurant when, like, we ordered our extra stuff because we were like, oh, we got to order a little bit more because we're all hungry. Or because 3 of us were hungry. And so I was one of them. I was still hungry. And so were Cammie's sisters. But we ordered some more food, and like a child brought it out. like a something like an 8 to 12-year-old brought it out and was like, here, and put it on the table. And I was like, oh, sick. Like, this is a family-owned business. Like a little family-owned restaurant. They make their yummy food. And that was cool. That's when I found out. It was a fun way to find out. And Cammie said she saw him going back into the employees only door when she went to the bathroom. She was like, wow, he's so cool. Imagine getting to go into the employees only door. I gotta get over. I think I'm gonna try to go behind this big truck. Please let me in. No? Please let me in. Please? Okay. Goodness. This lady in her Mazda did not let me in at all. But the worker truck, I feel like the only people that ever let you in anywhere are people in like trucks for work. Like, they got one cone strapped on the front. They got the big ladder. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those trucks and then like big trucks are the only ones that let you in. And the big trucks, I think they only probably do it because they have to. Because they can't stop. They can't stop on a dime. So, you know, like they can't like try to stop you from getting in. Because if you sneak in front of them and then they have to stop, they won't be able to. That's my understanding of it anyways. But, since all this has happened, I went to Target with Cammie and my mom. Well, why don't I tell the whole story? The plan was that we were all going to go hang out. It was going to be me, Cammie, and my mom. We were going to hang out. We were going to go clothes shopping. And we were going to go, like, apartment stuff shopping. So we went to Target to buy, like, a microwave. Because my mom was like, Target has the best prices for microwaves anywhere. I'm terribly sorry, Dusty and Maya. But another big Target W. So we went to Target. We bought some dish towels, like little square ones, which we're going to use for our mouths. We bought some rectangular towels, which we're going to use to like clean stuff up and have on our oven rack and use to pick up our hot pan and whatnot. And we got, what else did we get? We got the towels. We looked at a ton of stuff and like did a lot of good talking about like what we should get there and what we shouldn't buy. Like we didn't want to buy a lamp from there because we could get it secondhand from Facebook Marketplace. We didn't want to buy Tupperware because it was relatively expensive for what we wanted and it wasn't going to be the best. We thought we might just go to Costco with Camelia's mom. What do we buy at Target, man? I feel like we looked at 1,000 things and got nothing. We decided we were going to order bedding because they had bedding that we kind of wanted, but not in store. Like it was online pickup only. And we got actually such cute bedding. We got like cutie yellow flowers and then cutie pink flowers. Man, what did we get? I know we didn't get a ladle. I know we didn't get a colander. We didn't get the wooden bowls. We already had a bath mat. We're just going to bring towels from home. Huh. We didn't get mixing bowls because they were exceedingly expensive. I went and the only mixing bowls they had were like OXO brand mixing bowls. And those mixing bowls are like, they're non-slip is what they call them. They just have like rubber or silicone or something on the bottom. And they're like $20. Get real. Get real with me right now. Okay? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Become serious with me. That is ridiculous. I gotta get over. Only one lane though. Yeah. So, and I just got those mixing bowls for freaking $5 for the 2 biggins and $4 for 4.5 for the medium one. So we're freaking killing it. We didn't get a spatula because it was too expensive for a wooden spatula that we didn't really want. So instead, you know what? Sue me. We spent $20 on a really nice, beautiful one. We spent $20 on a nice, beautiful one from an Etsy seller. Sue me. It's beautiful. And then I Zelled Cammie all the money. She was like, why did you do that? And I was like, because I want this spatula to be in name mine because it's beautiful and I'm invested. Because it is. It's beautiful, man. Cool. I'm in the correct lane now. I really cannot think of a single thing we got at Target. We didn't even end up getting the stupid microwave because the microwave that we would have bought that was there was gone. It was out of stock. So what the heck did we buy? I know we bought things at that Target. I know we did. Whatever, I can't figure it out. So we bought some stuff. But really the plan for the day was the hashtag Rupert Glow Up Summer. Everybody... No, I can't. I can't do a Rupert Glow Up Summer hashtag. That's too much. Everybody comment below, everybody comment below, it's hashtag Rupert Glow Up Summer. It's hashtag Rupert Glow Up Summer, everybody. And I'm celebrating it by becoming glowed up as Rupert. That's me. I'm doing that. So I guess you shouldn't comment that down below. But it's hashtag Rupert Glow Up Summer. Comment below. Comment below, it's hashtag Rupert Glow Up Summer. Because I need to go to graduate school. And I can't look like how I normally do when I'm at graduate school. I need to wear pants. I can't wear the same Adidas shorts that I've been wearing since, I've always said middle school, but it might have been sooner than that. I don't think it was. I think it was middle school when we got them, but technically it could have been like 5th grade. I think it was middle school because at some point my mom tried to buy new shorts. And I was like, why did you do this? And she was like, because you've had them for so long. And I was like, but they're fine. And she was like, yeah, but why don't you just try the new ones? The new ones, scratchy, uncomfortable, stuck with the old ones. The new ones I use when I go on runs and such, when I work out, because I don't have to stay in them for that long. Like, I'm fine wearing them, but I don't like being in them. So I use them for like more single-use things, you know what I mean? Like if I'm really gonna sweat in them, then like I'll sweat in the band of my shorts and then I'll wash them. But I would rather not use the shorts that I use all the time for that, because then I can only wear them once and then I have to wash them. So when I work out, I will either use those shorts that my mom bought for me in presumably high school that I don't really like, or I'll use my good shorts at the end of their cycle. So like once they've become dirty or I've worn them too many times, then I can wear them for working out. Does that make sense? Because then they're going to get washed anyways. I just don't want to wash them more times than is necessary. I gotta get way over to the left somehow. I think I can probably squeeze in behind this truck. Well, it's not even squeezing in. This Tesla is far away. Cool. Looking good. Oh, I know what the exit is that I'm taking. It says it's to the left, and I'm aware. I'm aware. Okay, Penguins? I'm aware. But yeah, so it was, we went to Uniqlo, and we did this in the most affluent mall of all time. It has every single, like, designer product. It has all of them. There's a Guess. There's a Gucci. There's a... I don't know the names of these brands. But you get the picture. It's like the most affluent mall. Everyone in there is in a different tax bracket than us. Whoa, that was almost a crash. That guy just sped up for no reason. If I just get over one more, I'll be moving. I know that sounds like I really sped up, guys, but I never even hit 30 miles an hour. I never even hit 30 miles an hour in that little brief moment of time. Of course, now this lane is stopped too, so I was just overthinking it. But I do have to get over to this side, so I'm not like trying to game the system here. I hope y'all understand. I'm not trying to game the system. I'm not trying to go as fast as I can. It's just that I need to be over here anyways, okay? So, we went to Uniqlo, and the idea was that Cammy would play, like, what's that DS game called? style savvy. Cammy was going to be style savvy, and I was going to be the anime woman. And all that was going to happen was Cammy was going to parade me around the store, and I was going to carry clothes, and she was going to tell me what to wear, and I was going to wear it. And so she put together some outfits for me. She did it. And it's nice. I like them. So, all that is to say, I own jeans now. It's hashtag Rupert Glow Up Summer, and I wear jeans now. And I wore them today to see, like, if it was too hot. You know? I wore them today because I was like, what if it is freaking hot? What if it is freaking hot and it sucks? So I wore them out today, and it was manageable. But also, I wasn't outside almost at all. So, but it was manageable when I felt the heat, you know? It sucks, and it's gonna be terrible when I'm in Redlands, where it's even hotter. But it's manageable. So, yeah. We got me some blue jeans, some black jeans, a white shirt, 2 like button-up shirts that go over the white shirt, and then 2 button-ups that don't go over the white shirt, and then some linen shorts. And that's everything. That's everything. So, that's where I'm at. That's all my clothing now. I have to wear it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The days with the most T's in them. And Saturday. But I don't have to wear them on Saturday. Oh my god, I just looked at the clock. I just looked at, not the clock, but I looked at how long it's going to be that I'm still on the road. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? The reason is today I had my online orientation. Now, this was a completely worthless meeting. They basically just told us stuff that we already had to know in order to complete stuff that's due in 2 days. So this is all stuff that I just had to figure out on my own. Otherwise I wouldn't have, I'd be really behind. I'm at a big Westfield mall right now. I'm driving past it, and part of me wonders, although I really, 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 really doubt it, part of me wonders if this is the one that I watched Despicable Me at with Dusty and her dad and Gabe? Who was there? Who was with us? Was it Gabe? I don't remember. But whatever. The Pokemon World Championships begin 2 days from now. I think Friday is their Thursday is their media day. Friday is their first day of competition. Because I think it's day 1, 2, and 3 of Worlds. But I don't know if it changed this year. I assume it didn't. I assume it's still day 1, 2, and 3. But whatever. Sure. I just made a crazy sound. God, what am I thinking? Like, what was I saying? I had my orientation today, and because I had my orientation, it made it so that I could only leave relatively late. And that means that I'm stuck in rush hour driving back home. Just miserable. I'm in the worst of LA traffic. I'm in the LA traffic that everybody whines about. Normally it's avoidable for me because I don't have a job in downtown. But not today. The Pokemon World Championships are very soon. On the day after tomorrow, Cammie and I will go pick up our badges. And the day after that, we will go to the World Championships and have a ball. We'll go have fun. We'll have a good time. It's quite exciting. I also really like that we're doing pickup, like our badge pickup the day before, because it'll let us scout out where to park. And that's huge, you know? That's huge. We gotta know where to park on the day that we get there so that we can, like, park and actually get there on time, you know? So that we can spend our big fun day there. Y'all, I'm so hungry. And I'm 45 minutes out. It's 5 o'clock and I'm 45 minutes out. I want to, like, I don't even know. I want to eat. Have I talked about all the stuff I was going to talk about? I talked about Dokujong. I guess I could talk about In Front of the Elevators. In Front of the Elevators is a really fun game. You basically, like, you have a designated family that's a color, and every family, like, there will be the yellow family, the blue family, the red family. Every family has one of each card. So there's, like, a grandfather, a grandmother, a daughter, a son, a mom, a dad, and a lost child. I think that's all. And the idea is you want your family members in front of the elevators so that they can get on. There are certain elevators that go to certain floors, and those ones, like, have multipliers. So, like, if you have the old man in front of the second elevator, then the old man scores double points. And basically, it's just like a positional card game. Every card can sneak in front of another card. So, like, the sister always sneaks in front of the brother, and the brother always sneaks in front of the mom. And the mom always sneaks in front of the dad, you know? It's like an order like that. The dad sneaks in front of the grandmother. And it's actually, I don't think it's sneaking. I think it's sneaking for some of them and not for others. Like, I think the dad goes in front of the grandmother to, like, help her. But the sister, like, sneakily goes in front of the brother. But I just made that up. So, sorry. That's all made up from me. So maybe don't take it as, like, gospel, but that's how I have conceptualized the game. Yeah. So you just kind of, like, position your cards around, and it's fun. It's really fun. But what's interesting is that you don't only have your deck. All the cards get shuffled up, and then you have 2 cards in your hand at all times, and every time you play one, you pick one up. and you can pick from 3 piles that are all randomized. But that means that, like, you have choices about what card you want to take, and oftentimes that card isn't going to be, like, of your family members. So maybe you pick someone else's card because, like, you want agency over their family. Or maybe you pick a card of a certain family because, like, you're getting near the end of the round and you know all the cards that have been played. So you know which cards are left for each family. So, like, the red family maybe has played every card except for the lost child. And you're like, oh, I know that the lost child is in there. So I'm going to get, like, I'm gonna place the lost child. Or sorry, not I'm going to place. I know the lost child is in there because all the other red cards have been played. So I'm going to draw this red card because I think having the lost child will help me, right? So it's just fun. It's fun. It's, like, not very complex, but it was good fun. It was good fun. But yeah, that might be it for the apartment stuff. And, like, yeah. Yeah. I still haven't played Donkey Kong Bonanza or Super Mario World Kart. Mario Kart World. I still haven't played those because I want to play them with Cammy. I like her. Yeah. So, I haven't played those yet, but I could, because I have the Mario Kart World bundle, and Cammy and my beloved friends got me the Donkey Kong. So, I just haven't done it yet. I've been playing other games for Batpeg. Like, I just finished Donkey Kong Country Returns, like, 2 days ago? Wait, last night. Was it literally last night that I finished? It might have been. Might have been last night. Oh, and Dusty and Maya, like, oh my god. So I've been hanging out with Maya. We've been playing Fortnite, and it's fun. It's such a silly game. You never know what's happening, to be honest. It's just insane. And that's what makes it fun, is, like, you don't know what's happening. It's just chaos. So, okay, yeah, you can come in. I just wish that you would have told me. What am I trying to say? So playing Fortnite with Maya has been fun. And then I also have been playing other games, like I played Peak with Kai, Alina, and Lonnie, and let me tell you, we played it on the Monday that the update came out, and dude, it's legit. Like, it was a hard mountain. We could not get up it. We never even made it to the part that was new in the update. Which is, like, kind of sad. I don't even know what it's like, really. I just know it's a desert. But we literally never made it. So I might have to climb up solo. And see what's up. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Valorant, and Valorant has been really fun recently because I've started to play different characters. I've started to play mostly, on almost every map, I play either Fade, Viper, or Omen. I really enjoy Fade. I think that just, like, I'm good at using her utility. Except for the eye. Her, like, main, her free PC util I'm not that good with, but I really enjoy playing Fade. She's like like, her job is to get information for her team, So you're supposed to like be the person that figures out, okay, there's a person around this corner, so we have to be prepared for them, or like use something to kind of flush them out. And it's like fun being the information guy. And then also she has like for my League of Legends gamers in the Penguin audience, she has a root. It's technically, it's her C's. I think the ability is called C's. And it like, basically it just hits them and then they're like tethered to a thing and they like can't walk away from it. So it just like roots them to one area, right? So she has that ability, which is really fun. Because sometimes I'll like find where someone is and then I'll know that they're like trying to catch a weird timing on me, like trying to come and kill them. So instead of that, I just like make them stuck in the corner and then beat them. So that's really fun. I've been enjoying Omen because he's just like way too strong. Like he's a smokes guy. He puts down smokes, and smokes are important because you want to block off like areas that people can see you from. So like there will be high ground on like an area that you as the attackers want to go through, and so you'll like put a smoke ball on the high ground so no one on the defending team can like look down at you from the high ground and kill you, so you can just like kind of focus on everything on the ground level. And then he's just got like a big like blinding ability that like blinds them. Oh man, the guy in front of me stopped pretty quick, so I had to stop pretty quick and everything fell. Everything fell. It's all pouring out of the thing. I hope the salt shakers are fine. I mean, I would be quite surprised if they aren't, but I hope they are. They feel fine. They feel fine. I'm grabbing all over them. They feel fine. But I'm scooching them back so that they don't fall and take damage. And then Viper is really, really fun because she has like a big smoke wall that blocks off sight. So you can block off like entire regions of the map that are just like, if they walk through, Viper has smoke wall and a smoke ball. Both of these block enemies' sight. And the wall is good because it goes very far and it will block off like whole chunks of the map. And a quirk of Viper's smoke is that it's poisonous. So if an enemy walks through it, they're temporarily damaged. Which means that when they walk through your big smoke wall, you can kill them fast. Basically, is what's up. So that means like on certain maps, you can throw a big smoke wall and then you have a ton of space that the enemy just can't really go into without taking a huge risk. And that means that you can kind of like walk up there and sneak around and get into weird spots, like hidden around corners. And then you bring the wall down because you're running out of gas. The gas regenerates over time, but only when the wall is down. So you bring the wall down, and you can't reposition the wall. So it's just in that spot. So you'll bring the wall down, and then like the enemy will kind of like, they'll like jump around and they'll look and they'll be like, are they here? But they won't like expose themselves too much because they don't want to take a big risk. They're like, I guess they're not here. And then you put the wall back up and you use it to like walk a little further, you know? And then you bring the wall back down and then you hide and you bring the wall back up and you go a little further. And it lets you like get into these really like deep, like powerful positions where you control a lot of space without having to like just run in and like fight people for it and let them know that you're there. So it lets you like sneak around, but through like a very methodical and like, you know, it's not, it's like sneaky, but it's not cheesy because it requires you to like be really careful. As it doesn't feel the same to me as like hiding in a corner with a shotgun, where it's like you don't expect them to be there and they kill you. But with this, it's like you use your wall and you get all the way up there, and it's like, I don't know, it just feels really cool. It feels really cool to me. And because of this whole back and forth, it like really incentivizes them to like fight when the wall is down to like stop you, right? They like try to find you when the wall is down. Because otherwise you can like sneak anywhere. So they have to kind of like fight against the wall. But what's cool is that means that you can just put the wall where you would normally put it and leave. You just go somewhere else. And then you put the wall up and down periodically. And they have to like try to find you over there. And as far as they know, you could be sneaking up behind that wall and hiding in like little spots, waiting for them to like kind of strike at an inopportune time and then punish them for it. But in reality, you're just helping on the other side of the map. Like you're helping your team. So I found Viper so fun. I think the one map where I play Viper is my favorite because it's just so much fun to play like sneaky, finding space or not, and just whatever. And then the defense half of it is really fun too, because again, her wall like temporarily damages you when you go through it. And she has it's a molly. It's like it's called snake bite, but it's like a poison puddle that she puts on the floor that does damage. And if they run through her smoke ball and through the puddle, they die. So like there will be times where they think they have you dead to rights because they hit you with like a bunch of utility that makes it so you can't really fight back. But as long as you have that orb on the floor, you can pull up, like activate the orb, which uses your gas, and then shoot the puddle on the floor. And either they have to sit and wait outside of it, and then you're like able to fight again because the utility wears off, or they run through it and they die before they get to you. So I just like I've really enjoyed the freedom that you have with Viper to kind of like do what you want, you know? Because you can have impact in the normal ways where you like fight with your team and use your utility to like flush people out of corners or stop them from like fighting you, or to weaken them, or to block vision on like the place where you're actually attacking. Or you can use it in like this other way where like you sneak around, and then on defense you can use your smokes both as a way to like block sight lines and make it so that they can't take fights, but also you can use it as like an active deterrent to entering sight. That's like a lot stronger of a deterrent than any other character's smokes. So Viper is just like exceedingly fun. She's so much fun, and her ultimate is a huge puddle, it's a huge smoke cloud. It's like it'll cover the whole site, and everyone has low vision in there, but the enemy team gets damaged. They get brought to like 1 HP when they're in there, but you do not, like as the person that's on the same team as the person who made the cloud. So it's like a weird low vision different game where as the person that put it down, you're advantaged, but you have to like kind of make sure that nobody sneaks up on you from behind. So you have to be like really careful about where you're standing. And then you can also just go on the outside of it. So you can like put it down and then wait outside. And then if you see someone come out of it, you're there waiting for them, right? So it's just so cool. I've really enjoyed playing the game recently because I have these characters that like I can create a lot of impact with. Like I'm much better with my utility using these characters than I was before, and it's like allowing me to really get more into the depth of the game instead of just like, you know, just playing the gunplay of Valorant. I've been really having fun. I've also been winning more on Viper, because even when I don't aim well, I'm just like having more impact in the rounds. Like I'm helping my team more, because like imagine I sneak all the way up, and then I try to fight the guy and I die. By the time I've snuck all the way up, enough time has passed that the rest of my team is probably already getting to where they need to be on the other side of the map. And it's one person on the other side of the map that was fighting me that normally would be there to kind of stop my team, right? So just like even when I fail, I'm still doing things that are like textbook strong. They're like textbook strong options, depending on the way that you put your wall down. And so I think that's super fun. I had this moment where I was playing and there was this girl on my team that was just having the worst game of her life. You know what I mean? Like, just nothing was working. She had like no kills. And like, I can't explain this. There's no real reason, but the vibes were such that everyone on my team probably knew that they were going to go A. At least I did. Like, that was what was up, is between A, B, and C on this round, they were going to go A. Like, it's just a read, but I was very, very confident. So I was like, hey, I don't remember what the character was, but maybe, I have no idea. But I was like, hey, you come with me and we'll both play inside tree. Tree is like a little area of the map where they have to open a door. And I have my wall perfectly in line with the door. So they open the door, and in order to walk through it, they have to walk through my smoke. And so that's difficult for them. They don't have to go through the door. They could go around the other way, but it's like a strong, if there are two of us there, it's a strong position to hold. It'll be difficult for them to kill us, essentially. And then we'll buy time for the rest of our team to get over there, blah, 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 whatever. The idea is we're both in tree. And the reason why is so that I can play first, and she can hide behind the physical tree that's in that room. That's why they call it tree. She can hide behind the tree. And I'm like, bait me. I'm going to play this spot because I've been playing this spot. They're going to come rush me. They're going to send 3 people in here, and you're going to get at least 2. Because I might get 1, but the next 2, they're not going to know that you're there. They're not going to expect another person in tree. So you're going to get them. Right? And so... sure enough, they open the door, 3 people come through, I kill all of them. I killed all of them. They all ran through my smoke, and like, everything just worked. Everything just worked perfectly. Oh god. I gotta get over. Can I, like, get in here, maybe? Can I sneak in front of you, monsieur? Thank you. It was a big truck. Again, I think they only let me in because they like would not be able to stop if they didn't. But yeah, I'm in. But yeah, so I like killed everybody, and I remember like it was conflicting because on one hand, like I had just done like an insane play, like everything was perfect, everything just worked out. But on the other hand, like the whole point of the play was that it was designed so that this girl could get a couple kills and get some confidence and actually like get back into the game. And then she never got the chance. So I was like, uh-oh, like what do I even, like this is kind of weird. I can't say let's do it again because it won't work again. Like they're not going to come in again when I just sat them down like that. So I don't know, that was just like a funny moment, but it's just like an example of like, I don't know, there's a lot of freedom, I feel. Like, there are a lot of different places that I can play, and I can use my utility in different ways. So it's really, I've really enjoyed it. I've really, really enjoyed it, playing Viper. So yeah, I've been having fun, and I play with Kai. I always play with Kai. I, like, almost never, ever, ever play by myself. So, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. What else do I talk about? I have used the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller. And I can say, as someone that has a Switch 1 Pro Controller and has since owning the Switch 1, that the Switch 2 Pro Controller is noticeably better. Makes me sad, man. Makes me sad. Switch 2 Pro Controller is so freaking good. I used it because I used it like in a GameStop, and then I also used it in Japan when we went to the Nintendo store. And it just made me sad. It just made me sad because it's so good. It's such a good controller. It's actually insane. So, you know, that's a little tough. But it's okay. It's not worth buying. I just want to play Astrobot. I'm still on the I need to play Astrobot grind, okay? It's a PS5 only game. Why'd they do that? Why did they put Astrobot on, like... I'm about to make a complaint that's garbage and not real. I was about to say, why did they put Astrobot on the most inaccessible platform? But, like, dude, all the platforms are inaccessible, and it's so that you buy them. You know, but, like, God, they put Astrobot, the first game, on PSVR. Nobody had PSVR, and it's, like, the coolest game ever. Then they put, the like, tech demo on PS5, also a super sick game, and then they made Astrobot, and I can't play it. And I'm not all that confident in the existence of PS5 emulation, like, ever. Because it's been this long, and there's, like, not really any successful PS4 emulation. And if there's no good PS4 emulation, PS5 emulation seems like a long shot. Now, I know that that's probably not how that works. But there is no PS5 emulation thus far. And as such, I'm believing it. I'm believing it. I guess I'll start talking about my Japan trip again. I guess it's time to start talking about the Japan trip. So I didn't really get around to talking about Sanrio Puro Land, I don't think, but we wake up in the morning, we stop by 7-Eleven, we get 2 Pocari Sweat. I talked about it until we got to the chocolate tofu bar, because I was talking with Cammie in real life. She came by and was like, the chocolate tofu bar was so good. So yeah, then we went in line for the boat ride. Man, I don't remember what I talked about. Whatever, if I repeat myself, it's fine. I was super happy to be there. We got our little pamphlets, blah blah blah. I said this. We went to the bathroom. They were Western style bathrooms. I said this. We wait in line for the boat ride. The boat ride is really cute. There are these gates with all the characters on them. I talked about what the boat ride actually was, so I must have talked about the 3 adorable kittens. And then, yeah, so we decided that the shows were actually awesome after we saw, like, the cool Hello Kitty rave. So we were like, maybe we actually have to see as many shows as we can. So it worked out that we should eat. Is that right? We ate, and then yeah, so we ate, we got the curry. It was very, very hard to find a place to sit. Oh, I think I talked about the curry. Yeah. Because I was going to add an image to the last episode. Of the curry we ate. And that episode was when I was driving around and shopping for Cammie. Why was I doing that? It was her birthday. It was the day after her birthday, and she wanted to relax. And I was driving, and I was driving CC. Okay, so we decide that we want to go see all the shows. So we went to the stage on the back of the big tree and watched this funny show where, like, Hello Kitty was there and some other weird, funny cats were there. They were really funny looking. And they were, like, dancing about, and they were talking about their dreams and whatnot. They were like, my dream is to do whatever. And they were like idols and stuff. And I was like, this is funny. And then there was an evil cat, and he showed up on like a screen, like a projector screen behind them. And they were like, what? Oh no. But then I think they made him a good guy or something. I don't really get it. I don't speak Japanese, but Hello Kitty looked awesome and it was cool. So we watched that show. And then it was time for the Kawaii Kabuki. The Kawaii Kabuki was so sick. It was so awesome. It was so cute. All the characters were awesome. The storyline was so fun. There's like a guy who's an Oni, and Cammy and I both thought it was like a wardrobe malfunction. And I think that's the point. Where like he was covering the horn on his head, and it was like, oh no, I feel so bad for this guy because he's like not supposed to have the horn on his head right now. But then it turns out that that's a part of the plot. And they're like, this poor Oni, he just wants to sing and dance. It was the sickest thing ever. And then they come out in their like kabuki outfits, and they're so cool. They're so cool. And it was just the best, right? And then we immediately after leaving the kabuki, we like hurry out, and we went to go watch the main show, the one that had played in the morning. There was a second showing of it. Like everybody gathers around the big tree in the center and watches. And we found a lucky spot to watch it from. Like, so basically there's like we're on the second floor, so it's like the ring around the tree that like oversees it basically. And we're like trying to find a spot where we can see the tree from where we are. And we like walk up to the edge, and we're like, oh, this is a good spot. And immediately behind us, like at that exact moment, there's a worker who puts like one of those like little, they have them at the airport. It's like the gate where it's like a fence thing that you like connect and deconnect. It's like stretchy, stops you from, it like creates lines essentially, and it stopped you from entering or exiting the edge where we were watching the performance, so that people could walk around. And so that means that we literally got there like the last second before they would have gated us out, which was crazy. And I was like, wow, we're so lucky right now. This is the best. And we watched it, and Cammy was like literally jumping up and down like a happy little kid. Like, it was awesome. It was so fun. We had a wonderful time. Cammy learned the little dance because they had these magic wands that like lit up. We didn't get one, but Cammy like did the dance with them like as if she had a wand, and we were having a really, really good time. And all the actors, they're like, they say hi to you at the end of the show. They're like, thank you so much. And the people, they'll like go to the top of the tree and they'll be like, thank you. And then they'll like wave and like say hi at individual people. It was so cool. And we went and we looked in the stores after that. We bought a Hangyodan magnet because we want magnets whenever we travel. Like, that's what we've decided. So we got a Hangyodan magnet because that felt like an apt magnet to buy. And we looked around for like anything else that we really wanted to get, and there was nothing. I mean, like, the whole store was full of really awesome stuff, but none of it that we really felt like we had to get. So, that's how it was. We looked high and low for Mocha, because nobody in the freaking world likes Mocha because she's so freaking old except Maya. Mocha's nowhere to be seen. Mocha's literally nowhere. So we're like, okay. Okay. And then, right outside the like shop, the gift shop, basically, there was a little, it felt like a pop-up shop where you could, like, customize your own keychains. So it was, like, rubber, and then you would pick out, like, decorations to put on it, and there were letters. So you could, like, put your name on it or something, and you could make your own cute little, like, keychain. And we decided that this would be a really, really awesome gift idea for Dusty and Maya, because there was a Keroppi one, and there was a Hello Kitty apple one. And that's really what pushed us over the edge, was Hello Kitty apple. And the Keroppi one, there were two. There was one that was like the cutest thing you've ever seen, and one that was the second cutest thing you've ever seen, but there's a lily pad. And we were like, Nenufar, so we got Dusty the Nenufar one. And I think it matched better with the apple as well. And then Cammie picked out like the color. No, she didn't. Cammie picked out all the decorations. I picked out the color of the letters, and I positioned the letters. So it really was like a fully, it was a team effort. And also, Cammie really convinced me to get this. Like, I was thinking, I'm not really sure, maybe we won't do this, like, I don't know, it's kind of like whatever. And then, like, as we started making it, I found out how wrong I was, and that we really did need to get this, because it was the cutest thing you've ever seen. And then Cammie made me write the next note. It was, I don't remember the exact wording that she made me write down, but basically, it was written down too, so I didn't, like, fully just, like I would have understood most of this, okay? I still think I would have understood it, but I can't say that I wasn't primed. I was definitely primed to understand, but we are handed the keychains, and the woman, the cashier, is like, don't take it out of the package for 10 minutes to let it sit. And I was like, and Cammie wanted to open it right away. Apparently. I didn't actually know that, but I, like, you know. But I was like, you know, the cashier said, don't take it out for 10 minutes. And I was like, I understand. Like, I said this to her, but in Japanese. And then we walked away, and I was like, Cammie, did you know why I said that word? And she was like, no. And I was like, it's because I said I understand, because she said don't take it out for 10 minutes. And Cammie was like, what? That's crazy. How did you know it? You have to, that's so cool. And she thought it was so awesome. And she thought I was the coolest person in the whole wide world for that. And that was really awesome, because it like, Cammie liked me. And that's one of my favorite things, is when Cammie likes me. So that's pretty awesome. And so, yeah, like, it was just really fun that Cammie was so impressed with me. She told me later that she was gonna take it out, like, right after, but I didn't even know it. And so that was kind of the end of that. So we walked out, and I took a picture with, I took some pictures of San Maria Puerto Land, and then I also took some pictures, like, of Cammie with this, like, little statue of Hello Kitty and a small tiger. And I was like, oh, this must be like a regional mascot of sorts. No, he's not. He's like a kid's, like, informational cartoon. But I found that out, like, since leaving Japan. So, like, an educational cartoon, I should say. So I texted my mom, I think. I was like, here's Cammie with, like, a regional mascot and Hello Kitty, and I was just wrong about that, so that was kind of embarrassing, but whatever. The rest of our day, we decided that it was ramen day. Okay? Because what did we eat the night before, I wonder? I don't remember. This was day 2? stayed in Tokyo for 3, and then 1, and then 2, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. So this is day 2. So that means the morning I had my curry, and the night before I had curry. So this is just, we wanted to go to this ramen place. This was the place that Cami was the most excited to eat at, I think, on the whole trip. At least that was my understanding. There's a ramen place in Tokyo Station called T's Tonton, like T''S, Tonton. And so we were like, alrighty, let's do it. But we're also both completely running on fumes. We did not eat enough throughout the day. The tofu bars were not gonna save us when we ate them before we went to Hello Kitty Sanrio Puro Land. And the curry was like yummy, but also not that filling, maybe. I mean, it was, but it wasn't a big meal, you know? We're talking Japan portion sizes, okay? Which really was not a problem almost anywhere. I think that the whole Japan portion sizes thing is not real. It's not that small. But maybe that's just because I went to vegan places. But this time we were freaking hungry. Oh, I know where I am now. I don't need my GPS anymore. We were freaking hungry. And so we're both just absolute drones going to Tokyo Station. We're like, we're not even real. We're not existent. We're just like moving through this and like just robotically going onwards. Like neither of us are present even in the slightest as we're trying to make it to Tokyo Station. Why is this person chilling in my blind spot? Oh, he's texting on his iPhone. I'm gonna destroy your car if you don't. I'm going to disassemble your car if you don't get off of your iPhone now. Get off of your iPhone. Guys, this is gonna sound weird. I have driven past, I think, something like 6 paper plates on the highway today. And they haven't all been the same highway, but it's all been this route that I've been driving right now. I've driven past so many paper plates and styrofoam plates. Some of them have been torn in half. Some of them have been just like a little piece missing. But I've driven past so many plates. It's unreal. Okay, whatever. So we're just like moving forward. We're just going. And on the way to Tokyo Station, if I'm honest with you guys, I have no idea where we were. But we were in a big, major train station that was not Tokyo Station. There were a lot of different places that you could transfer to. Like a lot of different lines that you could transfer to on this train station. And we're just like going on. And out of the corner of my eye, I see a familiar little monkey. I see a monkey from Ape Escape with the hat with the red like alarm siren on the top. And I'm like, what? And I like immediately I'm like, huh? And I like whoosh, and I turn my head and I look as quick as can be. And sure enough, it is Ape Escape in the flesh. And there was a Sony pop-up that was all like Astrobot, Toro Inoue for Dokodemo Ishio, and Ape Escape. Now, this is insane. This is insane. You're just gonna have to trust me that this is insane. This truck wants to go in front of me, and they're kind of bullying me out, and I guess I'll accept that. Like, if I didn't slow down there, I guess they would have had to. But they wanted to go in front of me. Sar. What's crazy is, like, Astrobot is dead, okay? Astrobot is a dead franchise. There's some good YouTube videos on it, actually, on the fall of the fall of Ape Escape. But the gist is that, like, it's like a super, super beloved game. Like, Ape Escape 1 is like one of the coolest, most unique, super fun 3D platformers that's ever been made of all time. It's so, so good. And just because of the way that Sony, like, created video games, they didn't have any, like, real structure to a lot of things, and it just led to a bunch of, like, weird games being made with the IP that, like, didn't really follow in the footsteps. And then Ape Escape 2 and 3 came out, but it just, like, didn't really save it. It didn't really save the franchise. So Ape Escape just died. It's been dead for an extremely long time. Like, there has not been a new Ape Escape game in forever. The Ape Escape 3, the last mainline series game, came out on PS2. Since then, we have had the PS3, the PS4, and the PS5. The PS2 was competing with the Nintendo GameCube, right? And the Xbox 360. No, the Xbox 360 was the PS3. So the PS2 was competing with the original Xbox, and it was competing with the GameCube. So this is like a before our time, Penguins kind of experience, right? This is like we're the PS2 isn't our era. We're after the PS2. And so this is like an old series. It's dead. And it was recently kind of referenced in Astrobot. Like, there's a part of Astrobot, I think, where you, like, play a level of Ape Escape, basically. I don't really understand, because I've tried to remain blind under the desperate pretense that I will get to play that game someday. But, basically, this is a crazy cool game that's dead. And the fact that there's merch is insane. Now, I went to Little Tokyo after all this. I was telling you about it last time on Dusty's birthday. Maybe not last time, but at some point. On Dusty's birthday, we went to Little Tokyo, and Dusty went to go buy the Hello Kitty Labubu for Maya. We were going around like, your cheapest Labubu, please. But, God, that is one of my favorite jokes I've ever heard. Waiter, your cheapest Labubu. But Dusty was going back to get like a Hello Kitty fruit cutie blind box Labubu type deal for Maya. And we saw a Sony pop-up, and I was like, no way, I gotta go in. And actually, they asked me if I wanted to go in, and I was like, yeah, if it's okay. I didn't think I was gonna buy anything, but the real main reason I wanted to go in there was to see if there was anything Astrobot, because I wanted to know how niche the stuff that I got was, you know? Or not Astrobot, Ape Escape. I keep saying Astrobot because I freaking haven't eaten. Sorry, I'm stretching. You're gonna have to excuse me. I'm gonna stretch. So, I go in, there's no Ape Escape. Nothing at all. And you know what? It's really just because it was like a different side of Sony for the pop-up. Like, it was a lot of Vocaloid for, like, Project Sekai or something, which I don't know if that's Sony or what, but it was a lot of Vocaloid stuff. There were, like, multiple pieces of Miku Dio merch, which is really weird. But there was, like, some Jet Set Radio stuff, a lot of Sonic stuff, a lot of Persona, that kind of vibe. But nothing Ape Escape. So what I got was really like quite a find. I'm sitting in front of this little pop-up, and I'm stressed because I have already spent a lot of money on this trip, is my conceptualization, right? And so I don't want to spend too much money, and this is the place I would do it, because I haven't bought anything expensive for myself at this point. I haven't bought anything expensive for myself at this point, but I know that there are other things that I want to buy while we're in Japan. And so I'm kind of feeling stressed about like what should I get. And I'm really glad that I did Bald Summer before this, because there were hats. And I definitely would have got hats if I did not do Bald Summer, because there were like Toru Inoue hats. Toru Inoue, by the way, I didn't explain this, is like an old PlayStation mascot from a game called Dokodemo Ishio. And it's basically like you just teach this cat like phrases in English, and he learns them and then uses them in sentences, and you just kind of like hang out with him. Another absolutely dead in the water franchise. So, but there is merchandise for both of these properties, but you're not often like you would not probably ever find merchandise for these sold in a physical store in the States. Like, I don't think there probably is a single store. SAR. Hold on. Parking is going to be a little difficult here, so if you would just give me a moment, please, Penguins. Okay, I gotta go a little like this. Go a little like this. Oh, yikes! I'm a little far forward. I didn't realize it. I mean, a little far back. I'm a little close to that car. I'm not close enough to the curb, though. Okay. Sick. I think I've got it. I think I'm parking like a boss. Awesome. So yeah, it's just like really cool stuff. There were hats. I'm glad I didn't get them because there were way cooler things there. I got a patch of an ape from Ape Escape, of a monkey from Ape Escape. I think he's an ape. He doesn't have a tail, but they call them monkeys. So like, who am I to believe? Am I to believe my scientific knowledge of monkey and ape? Or am I to believe the people who localized the video game? It's a monkey. So I got like a patch that I could put on my sweatpants because I thought that would be really cool. I got a plushie Toru Inoue head keychain. It's small and it's so cool. It's actually the coolest thing ever. I would be so fashionable and awesome if I had my Toru Inoue on my belt loop. I might do that, man. Because I wear jeans now. I might do that. I might Toru Inoue myself. And I got a desk mat. Like, I got a huge mouse pad. With... It was like an Ape Escape theme one. And it's just like the coolest thing ever. Am I in front of this driveway at all? No. It's just so cool, this desk mat. It's actually so cool. So yeah, I guess that's where I'll end. I'll leave you hanging on that cliff. Are we going to make it to Tease Tauntaun? Are we going to make it? What are we going to get? If we make it, I mean. Oops. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of this episode, because I'm finally home. Now I can go. I can't even eat a snack because it's like basically dinner time. Might have a snack anyways. I have a small Trader Joe's chocolate bar. Dude, I love those things. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and yes, goodbye.